Hi, friend. Welcome back. And if you're new here, come into the room. You're always welcome. I am Frances, and this is the Unexpected Detour, wherein life detours are inevitable. Now, let me ask you something. What what would you do when life hands you a diagnosis you never saw coming? When fear shows up, questions show up, and suddenly you're trying to make decisions you've never imagined. Today's conversation is for that moment. We're talking about integrative approaches to cancer care. That's awesome. What they are not, and how people are exploring different paths alongside the traditional treatment. Joining me today is Sylvie. How do you say your last name, Sylvie?
Beljanski.
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 Okay, a health advocate and a leader in the space of plant-based and integrative cancer research. Sylvie, welcome to the Unexpected Detour, and I'm really glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm very happy to have you here because I have a lot of people who are, they want to do the plant-based diet or something different other than, well, they do the traditional medicine. But when it's time for survivorship, you still want to keep on living. So that's why I said this is important. Sylvie, can you share your personal journey? What led you from law to the world of cancer advocacy and research?
I come from a long family, several generations of scientists, and I grew up thinking I would never get involved into science, into medicine, into research. I just hated the dynamic at home, and I thought my parents were not happy. I did not understand why. I could not, as a little brat, selfish little brat growing up, try to imagine or understand what was going on in their life. All I knew is that there was an ongoing stream of people who were sick coming at home. They were crying. It was all about them. And then after that, they were coming back with flowers, with chocolate. So I felt it was ongoing. And I said, when I grow up, I will never get involved. And I decided to go to law school. But I knew that what my parents were doing was of value. I was seeing all those people happy, and I could see that they were, making a difference. And in the 90s, my father had the opportunity to help François Mitterrand, the former French president of the Republic. Mitterrand was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, and the official doctors of the French White House said, "Oh, he's not going to finish his second term. Cancer has spread everywhere. We are just going to give him some morphine to keep him comfortable, and we are going to prepare the country for early elections." And there were, of course, already some powerful people who were already distributing each other some powerful positions. But Mitterrand had a mistress, and the mistress knew of a good doctor who had good results by using my father's products. That's how Mitterrand started to take the products. And against all odds, and for the entire country to see, even though there was no social media yet at the time, the president was doing better and better.
Oh, okay.
And that was going, it was all fine as long as the president was alive. But after he finished finally second term, he decided that he was done with everything and he stopped taking any kind of medication and treatment, and he passed. And 9 months exactly after Mitterrand passed away, the French government, the French army sent a SWAT team with machine guns, dogs, guns. I mean, it was crazy to arrest my father, arrest my mother, arrest all the doctors and scientists who were working with them. And I was working at the time as a foreign legal associate in a New York law firm when I learned over the phone that both of my parents had been arrested. And my first thing as a lawyer was, I'm going to take care of their legal defense. And the more I was looking at the file, the more it did not make sense. The more it was obviously not about bringing some people to justice for any wrongdoing. It was about destroying knowledge. And that really started me to put me on a path that was, I mean, 30 years ago and has really, really changed my life. And I have to say, it was it was terrible at the time. It was scary. I was angry. I did not know what the future will hold for me. But 30 years later, I'm very grateful for everything that happened to me.
Thank you. For someone hearing the term for the first time, what does integrative cancer cure really mean?
Well, I don't like to use the word cure. I think
Well,
whether
I should
you,
say treat. I meant to say care, not cure.
okay.
Care. Okay.
Okay, integrative means that you integrate the conventional approach and also some more uh, different approach that can come from tradition or from new research which is being held, but which is outside of the realm or let's say pharmaceutical companies. So you integrate both. So you don't say one is better than the other. You don't say I am not going to use anything else than just some plants. Or you'd say, well, you do not say I'm just listening to what the doctor is saying and I'm not going to do anything else on the side. So as long as you mix both, as long as you actually keep your eyes open and your mind open and you are willing to listen to what is going to resonate with you, try what is going to support your body, you are doing integrative medicine.
Oh, okay. All right. Many people feel overwhelmed after a cancer diagnosis. Where do you believe someone should begin when exploring their options?
Well, unfortunately, uh, conventional doctors are acting a little bit like guys who are selling used cars, you know. They are pressuring you to go fast and to make a decision quickly. They are telling you, oh la la, it's already 3 centimeters. We have to act very fast. I have cleared my schedule for you next week, and we are going to sign here, and we are going to start your protocol. You are going to have surgery next week, and then you are going to have chemotherapy the following week, and then after 6 weeks of chemotherapy, we are going to start you on radiotherapy. And you are already under the shock of the diagnosis. You are kind of numb. And before you can think and you can catch your breath, he is asking you to sign there for a protocol without letting you any time to think if it is the path that you want to embark on and to look if there are other options for you and it is not fair. It is not fair because cancer takes very often a long time to grow. Generally, I mean, when cancer is diagnosed, it has been growing for several years. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks are not going to make a big difference. Unless you are already diagnosed, of course, on a stage 4 cancer, but it's not going to make generally a big difference. You have the time to assimilate what has been told to you and think what do you want to do. And I would say that for most people it makes sense to go the conventional route. First, because it is covered very often by the insurance that they have, but it doesn't mean that they should not look into something else. Over the years of for the past 30 years now that I have been involved in the community of people with cancer, I have heard everything. I've heard people telling me, my body is my temple, and I don't want to put anything toxic in it, and I don't want to have chemotherapy. And that's fine. I mean, you have to respect that. If you force something toxic on somebody who is emotionally rejecting it, it's not going to be good. You have also people who are saying, I want everything. I want to fight this beast with everything I can. I am going to take what the doctor says, but I am also going to try everything else on the side as long as it works together with my conventional treatment. And then you have people who say, cancer runs in my family. I don't have cancer, but I am afraid because I have this genetic mutation like my mom, my grandma, both had breast cancer, for example. I am afraid that I'm going to have cancer. What can I do? I am not going to take chemotherapy preventively, but what can I do on a daily basis to help minimize my risk, let's say, of getting cancer? So I've heard everything, every kind of situation. Also, people saying, I have received chemotherapy last month. I was sick like a dog. Where have you been? I mean, I, I was considering I was not going to have more chemotherapy because I was just too sick. Maybe with what you are doing, with your help, I can look into the possibility of having more chemotherapy. You have people who say, I've had cancer, I have had treatment, I am done, but I am afraid that it's going to come back. Is there anything I can do to minimize again the risk to have a cancer relapse? So all the cases are different, and you have to respect everybody. And most of the time, at least those who come to me, it's because they are looking for some integrative support.
Oh, but they should first talk to their physician before all of that.
It's always good to speak to the physician, but very often you have to know that the physician has some monetary interest in telling the patient, don't do anything else. Because people are statistics also. When in the world of pharmaceutical companies, people are statistics. And they need to have stats for their drugs, for their studies. And if you take something else, you are screwing up the numbers, basically. But do you want to be a stat or do you want to be a success?
So basically, we're guinea pigs.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, we're the test dummies, as I call them. They do their stuff on us and see how it works, and if it works for the next person. Basically, that's
Exactly.
what's happening.
Exactly.
Oh, see, now you're gonna make me think, because my mother, she had lymphoma, and I wanted to give her echinacea, and the doctor told her no.
Yeah.
hmm And I know echinacea is supposed to be for colds and stuff. And they were like, no, she can't have it. I was like, wow. But now I see people that have cancer. I go to Memorial Sloan Kettering, and they have this other, they do the conventional one, but they also have the plant-based one, or
They don't have a lot of plant-based. I mean, their idea of at Sloan Kettering And that's very interesting that you mentioned Sloan Kettering because if you look, they have on their website a place with a lot of herbs, and that includes the Paupera and the Revolfia vomitoria. The foundation has done all the research about, and it's very, very positive. I mean, those plants are extremely supportive of people with cancer. But at so the Sloan Kettering is listing that on their website. However, in their practice, they are not using and recommending those plants, unfortunately. And their approach of integrative medicine is a little bit of green tea, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of acupuncture, those little things which do not actually statistically interfere with their numbers, are not counted as making any possible interference with their products.
Oh, okay. How can patients distinguish between credible information and misinformation when it comes to supplements or natural therapies?
Look at the research. Look if there is research, not with this plant, but conducted, funded by this company. Because I mean, in the plant, I see, I mean, some other companies doing Paupera also. I mean, you see, we have tested and compared what is in capsules of some other companies. There is almost no active. So you are buying supplements and there is almost nothing in it. So it's not going to hurt you if there is nothing in it, but it's not going also to help you. It's a scam. So it is really, really important to see which companies are doing the research, are funding the research, and looking at the research. And I know it's not easy to look at studies and see if they make sense. But good quality research is being peer-reviewed paper appears in peer-reviewed papers, and then you see the number of studies that you accumulate. For example, for Paupera or Wolffia vomitoria, we have worked with Columbia University, with Kansas University Medical Center. And you can see if you go to the website of the foundation, beljanski.org, you will see studies on different kind of cancer, different stages of cancer, the synergy with chemotherapy, and all that has been published and is available for people to print and to come to bring to their doctors and then start a conversation with their doctors, which is going to be, well, this study has been published. Why? Show me the science showing I should not take that together with my treatment. So you reverse the dynamic of the conversation. Instead of having just a doctor who doesn't know anything about plants and telling you, don't take anything, you force him to look at the publications and you say, if you think I should not take it, show me the science.
Oh, reverse psychology on them.
Exactly. Why not?
Oh, okay. I like that. I have to try that because I take esomeprazole because I'm finished with chemo. That was what in 2018. So I'm done
Okay.
with all of that. I don't want to ever see it again. So I just take that esomeprazole because I was triple negative, triple positive with breast cancer. So I pray this is the last year I have to take it because I know one thing the doctors don't know everything about those medicines. And it's us with our side effects that we're telling them.
Absolutely.
And that's a,
Absolutely.
and from that, that's what they should be writing down that this person had this. Because I remember when I was taking letrozole and my hair was falling out, and I'm calling, I'm like, is your hair supposed to fall out from this? And the nurse was like, no. I looked at the side effect. Yes, that was one of them.
Of course. Of
That was
course.
what my hair fell out, and I was really devastated. I said already fell out from chemo, but now it's falling out. But back to the esomeprazole, it causes pain.
Hmm.
So I read something, and it was a lady. She had the same problem. She started taking Claritin, and the pain went away. Now, how is that? If Claritin is for sinuses, why is that one particular thing relieving pain? See, that's one thing doctors don't know. Yeah, that I learned. So this is good conversation because and back what you were saying, I know somebody, they refused chemo and they went natural. Actually, my son said his friend's mother had cancer and she went natural and
Yes.
it disappeared.
But what do you mean exactly by going natural? I
See,
mean,
that's what I'm trying to ask him.
there are many, many ways to go natural, and
Right,
natural, I mean, some things will work and some won't. You have
right,
to be very, very specific. And again, it's all about the research behind what you are choosing to take.
right,
And that's where you need to take the time to do some educate yourself about what is out there and the opportunities that you have to take this or to take that, and how it works. We at the Beljanski Foundation, we are hosting an event June 26th to 26 to 29 in San Diego. It's going to be a 3 days conference. There will be plenty of experts in the realm of integrative medicine, cancer specialists, and for 3 days, it's going to be an opportunity to educate people about the different modalities that are available to them. And then they can, see if they like this doctor, if they don't like this doctor, and decide what resonates with them, which doctors they want to work with, and which treatments they want to take, either alone or in conjunction with chemotherapy, or just partially, just a diet or something. Everything is
right.
possible.
Yeah, everything. What role should doctors and medical teams play when someone is interested in integrative approaches?
If somebody is interested in integrative medicine, I mean, the only thing to educate yourself is to read a lot and go to some convention like that, because like the one we are hosting in San Diego in June, to, uh, to meet a lot of people in the world of integrative medicine, to listen to them and see again, see what works for you.
Right, right. That makes sense. Okay. Is integrative care meant to, well, we already talked about, it's not meant to replace treatment or support it. How should patients think about that balance?
Back balance.
The balance with conventional treatment and integrative treatment.
Again, everybody is different, and some people will feel comfortable that to have, the doctor saying, for example, I mean, following everything the doctor says because they will feel some kind of reassurance. And some people will feel that what the doctor is saying is not enough, that the doctor is not giving enough personalized attention, that they are just a number in the hospital, and they will yearn for more. And they will want to see a coach, for example, and learn about the best way the best diet for them during chemotherapy, how to minimize the side effects, what plants they can take to have a synergy with conventional treatments. All that is available to people who are looking for integrative medicine. But again, integrative medicine is not for everybody.
Okay, okay. This question always bothered me. Are there risks people should be aware of when exploring supplements or non-traditional options?
Well, there are always risks with everything. There are risks with bad supplements because, again, there are bad supplements out there. which are not backed by any research or are borrowing science from other companies who are conducting the research, and they say they're kind of copycat without the quality. And then you are also at risk, I believe, in not using what integrative medicine can offer you, because you have to understand that chemotherapy is not selective in its action. For example, chemotherapy is not destroying cancer stem cells, those cells which are responsible for metastasis. So the doctor is saying, oh, you are doing well, the tumor is shrinking. And in fact, the doctor is destroying the mature cells, those which are, the least aggressive, and the baby cells, the embryonic cells, the cancer stem cells, they are left alone and they eventually will create a new generation of cancer cells. And so there is a risk in taking only conventional medicine compared to what some benefits you can get with integrative medicine. The
Well,
risks are everywhere.
yeah, that's true. When you take supplements, should you take the ones that are approved by the FDA? Because the
Uh,
FDA is
the,
not
F-
always
the
correct.
FDA is not approving supplements technically.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
you can have a notification. That's what we I did with all the supplements that we are using at Maison Beljanski. All the supplements, the ingredients that we are using, I declared them as new dietary ingredient back in 96, 97, 98 when I started Maison Beljanski. And they are on the list of the dietary ingredients that the FDA has reviewed and in some way approved. But supplements themselves, which are a mix of ingredients, are not approved by the FDA.
Oh, okay. No, because I know people, a lot of people will go to buy these natural supplements, and you don't
Okay.
really know if they're natural or not, because I had an experience with black cohosh, and it wasn't a good experience with black
Okay,
cohosh.
I don't know what you took. I have no idea. I
Oh,
mean,
I took this medicine called black
yeah,
cohosh.
I know the plant black cohosh, but again, I mean, there are supplements. It's a jungle, and you can have, companies selling black cohosh with something else, or the dosage it can be too many, or it's not purified, or it's. I don't know what was the quality of what you took, and I don't know the purity of what you took, so cannot comment.
So what you're doing is research with your thing revolves around plants, then, correct?
Yes. So the Beljanski Foundation, the mission of the Beljanski Foundation is to fund research with plant extracts. And we have been mostly working with plant extracts that were perfected by my late father, and which are Pau Pereira and Rovolfia vomitoria. And we have done research on different academic institutions on prostate, ovarian, pancreatic, and breast cancer with those plant extracts. And all those studies are available on the website of the Beljanski Foundation, which is beljanski.org. Now, the plant extracts are also available as part of a line of dietary supplements on by Maison Beljanski, and people can order there. And there is, of course, I mean, the quality of of what is used for the research is the same as what is used and what is commercially used for supplements.
So you actually have patients then that use your supplement that no?
I'm not a doctor and I do not have patients.
Okay, well not you, but your
We do not see patients.
okay.
But we have a line at Maison Beljanski. There is a line of dietary supplements, and there is also a health coach who can help uh, give personalized advice to support your health.
So if they want personalized advice, then your institution will
Yes,
provide that.
Maison Beljanski can do that. And if you go on the website of Maison Beljanski, which is maisonbeljanski in one dot com, in one word, Maison Beljanski, Maison, and then my last name, Beljanski.com, people will find the product and also can make a reservation for a slot of health coach.
Okay. If well, I'm in New York, so could I get a coach?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
We are in
No.
New York. We are in
Oh,
Manhattan.
okay. Because I have a young lady and she was diagnosed with stage 4, period, breast cancer. So I think the institution would be helpful for her because
Absolutely.
she only had 2 rounds of chemo and that was it.
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
you can absolutely go on the website of
I'm gonna send it to
maisonbeljanski.com
her.
and look for make a reservation for health coaching. I am not doing the health coaching, but we have somebody who
I
has
wish
been
you
doing.
were.
No, we have somebody who has been doing that for 15 years and is very good at it.
Your dad was smart. He was very smart. He found something that nobody else did find.
What he found is some plant extracts that makes a difference between the DNA of cancer cells and the DNA of healthy cells, and are able to selectively penetrate cancerous cells without any harm to healthy cells. So there is no toxicity and no side effects to healthy cells because the product is not going to penetrate any healthy cells. If you do not have cancerous cell, you are just going to eliminate the product naturally in a matter of hours. But if you have cancerous cells, wherever they are located in the body, those little plant extracts will find them and induce apoptosis, which is the death of those cells selectively.
I'm going to purchase the book so I can share the word with the ladies that I talk to that have breast cancer.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of them, they don't want to take the medicine anymore, you know? So
Mhm.
this would help them on their journey. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's why I said I'm going to purchase the book for myself though.
The
So
book, the book
it's right back there. Yeah. Yeah, that book.
Winning the
That book.
War on Cancer, the epic journey towards a natural cure. It speaks about my father, what happened to him in France with the French government, and how what it took to start everything again here in the States. And it reads like a novel because and people want to finish a book because of the to get to the end of the story. But at the end of the book, they have learned a lot about integrative medicine and about this research. And at the end of the book, I also was able to publish the protocols of Dr. Markovich, was a very good friend of my father, and all his protocols for different cancer are published at the end of the book.
Yeah, that's why I said that book is the more I'm listening to you, I'm really interested, you know. If I could help somebody else that's going
Absolutely.
through breast cancer, because that's what I deal with, that would be awesome, your book, you know, because I wish that was around when I first started. It
Abs-
probably was, I just didn't know about it.
Absolutely. And that's why we are doing what we are doing. So speaking, sharing, publishing, everything we can do to share the information and try to help other people.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's why I said that really gives me hope, what you have going on, because it's not a nice journey. It,
It is.
it affects you emotionally.
Absolutely.
It affects you emotionally because of all the medicines that are, like you said, yeah, they go in, but they kill your bad cells, your good cells, and that's it. and then you have to wait a while, and they come back and they go on again. You
Yeah.
don't deal with Sloan Kettering at all, though?
Well, again, Sloan Kettering is as published about the studies conducted at the Beljanski Foundation, but they don't seem to be using those supplements now, unfortunately.
Oh, when I go there, I have to get that book, and I'm bringing it with me because I've seen like young women in their 20s and 30s with breast cancer,
Absolutely.
and,
Absolutely. And we
and
are just wrapping up a beautiful study on breast cancer stem cells. It's done on mice, but mice grafted with human breast cancer stem cells. And none of the mice treated with a mix of Paupera or Wolffia vomitoria developed any metastasis. So that's a beautiful study. It is our next publication. And the reason why we are hosting this fundraising in June is to be able to fund the next round on research on prostate cancer stem cells. We assume that we are going to have similar results on what we got on breast. However, we still have to do the research. There is no shortcut when it comes to
yeah,
science.
I know. Science is very complicated at times.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your dad in the back?
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to ask you that before because I said he would be very proud of you.
I hope so.
He is, because you followed in his footsteps, even though that was not the direction.
I hope
You,
so. But
you
it was, I am so in awe with the beauty of the research, so proud every time I have the opportunity to present a new publication. I am extremely grateful for the opportunity that was given to me to uh, to choose this path.
yeah, you sure did, because I read it and I said, so this is not really what she wanted to do. It just fell in your lap some kind of way.
Yeah, it fell on my lap. It was it again. It was very dramatic when it happened, but if it had not been that dramatic, I probably would not have changed my path and remained. I would have remained a lawyer, and that's it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to help all the people with,
Exactly.
yeah, which is a good thing because we need help. Because they have to have, I always say there is a way to not cure, but calm it down, you know?
Hmm.
Because I'm thinking about what you said about the cells and how they're there already. And I've heard that already. Because when I was diagnosed, that's what my doctor explained to me. They're there. Everybody has these cells.
Some cancer cells, absolutely.
Yes. And he said it's like a cold. It'll break off and it'll attack the good cells, like an immune system when people don't get the cold and other people do. He drew pictures for me, so that to explain to me how I might have gotten it. But then I think about things that people do in their life in the past and how those things are affecting your body and they can contribute to cancer as well.
Absolutely. I mean, the toxicity we are accumulating since we are born and even as an embryo. I mean, we are accumulating a lot of toxicity. And then on top of that, there are the emotions, the bad emotions, the stress, and all those things that create some soup at some point. Our body cannot take it anymore. And it's a breakdown of the immune system, which allow some mutated cell that the immune system should be able to recognize and destroy, and instead it allows that cell to grow and multiply.
Right, that's why I said we gotta remain because the lady I work with, she had breast cancer. Unfortunately, she passed away. That was the one that passed away. She worked with me. And when I was diagnosed, I called her. And the first thing she told me was, don't let anything or anybody stress you out.
Mhm.
That was her first words to me.
Yeah, it is now more and more recognized as stress has a lot to do with the cause and the evolution of cancer.
Yeah, because I see stress. we internalize it, even though we say we don't, it's there. And I think the body affects is affected by this internalization of stress.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes. So that's why I said I know that's it. Okay, what gives you hope when you think about the future of cancer care?
This movement for integrative medicine, the fact that people are more and more looking outside of the box, beyond the white coat of the doctor, and do their own research. I think the internet has been changed a lot of things, and people tend to do their own research by themselves now more and more, and they find solutions that work for them and that the doctor never mentioned.
Yeah, that's Dr. Google everybody goes to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there when I was diagnosed, but then I found out you really got to read that pathology report. See, I didn't understand it. It wasn't until like 2 years ago actually read the pathology report to see exactly what was going on with me.
Hmm.
And I dissected each word to find out about me. If someone listening right now is newly diagnosed and feeling afraid, what would you want them to hear today?
Don't be afraid. I mean, this is cancer. Yes, it sounds like terrible, but very often, I mean, it is manageable. And it is manageable. I have known so many people living with cancer and then being cured by cancer because technically after 5 years, I mean, you can say that when you have beat cancer, you are in remission. But there are, I mean, I know so many people who have 20 years, 30 years of remission. You are not going to live forever. Nobody does.
Mhm.
But I mean, I know a lot of people who have the goal of dying healthy, including myself, and I believe it's possible.
I like that, Sylvie. I like that. I needed to hear that. When you said the 5 years, I'm 8 years out.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that makes a
Congratulations.
difference. Thank you. 8, 9. This year's 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I didn't even know I was in the survivorship program until I didn't see my oncologist anymore.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, if you want to, you can only see the oncologist when you're in treatment. So I didn't have to see her anymore, even though she was beautiful. I didn't have to see her anymore. So with
Good.
that,
Good for
yeah,
you.
yeah. So I wish I could come to San Francisco, but I can't. But when you do it, if you do one
We'll
in New
be
York,
In San
you'll
Diego this year.
okay, well, when you
San
do
Diego.
one in New York, I will make sure I come
Okay.
so I could hear more about, this organization.
Well, for those who cannot come to San Diego, there are also virtual tickets available. So you go to integrativemedicine.com,
Hmm.
integrativecancerconference.com, integrativecancerconference.com, and you can also find virtual tickets if you cannot come to San Diego.
Oh, you could watch it online?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you get the ticket and you're able to watch it online.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, Sylvie, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and perspective with us today. This was
Th-
truly an important conversation.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. And if there's one thing I want you to take away, this is you have the right to ask questions, you have the right to understand your options, and you have the right to be fully present in your own healing journey, which Sylvie just explained. You have that right in your
Absolutely.
own healing journey.
I would say even more, you owe that to yourself to
Yeah.
do the research and find out what is best for you, not just, accept the first offer.
Right, right, right. So don't rush it, don't silence your voice, and don't walk it alone. This has been the unexpected detour wherein life detours are inevitable. But how we walk through them, that's where the story begins. Until next time, take care of yourself. Okay. Yes.
Okay.